Welcome back to Update Day in Old School, and this week we have a pretty exciting one. And to kick things off for this week, we have the new Wildy Weapons and Poison Dynamite beta. Upon logging into any of the 4 listed beta worlds, your account will automatically be set up with the new Wildy Weapons, a handful of Poison Dynamite, and your trusty tinderbox. Most quests will be auto-completed and you'll arrive in the Ferox Enclave near the loadout table, which will give you a couple of different options. The first, as always, is a left click that offers a wide selection of standard gear, preset loadouts, and stats. And then right click, you can customize your own stats. There's also a nearby altar where you can switch your spellbook, along with some handy portals that take you to various locations around the game. I won't go into detail on what the Wildy Weapons are and all of their stats. I've already done that in a separate video, which I will link down in the description below. But in short, all of the Wildy Weapons are basically just advanced versions of what they are currently. There's going to be a new add-on from each specific boss in the Wildy that just basically upgrades the current stats of the Wildy Weapons. But the one exception to that is the new weapon, which is the voidwaker, which is basically a Korasi from RS2. The voidwaker will be a tier 75 weapon dropped in 3 pieces, 1 piece from each of the 3 bosses. And I'm very excited to see how this weapon will work in the old school PvP system. And for Poison Dynamite, if you have missed any of the previous updates, it is a new non-tradable item that allows you to kill NPCs without gaining XP. That means 10 HP accounts will be able to do various types of activities that they wouldn't otherwise be able to do. Poison Dynamite can be graded at 50 fire making with 1 Dynamite and 3 Nightshade, and they are lit and deployed like lightning logs with a tinderbox, etc. After 5 cycles, the Poison Dynamite will explode, rolling off your highest accuracy stat against the target's appropriate defense stat. If your range stat is highest, roll your range level versus the target's range defense. This will only hit the target if it is in multi-combat or if it's a single target and the player is in combat with it. It'll then deal 0 to 4 damage depending on your fire making level, and you'll only hit the target on the coordinate it was deployed on. You have a 25% chance to poison the target if it deals damage unless they're immune to poison. And only 1 dynamite may be deployed at any one time, and will give you a small amount of fire XP per lit dynamite. But that's not it for betas this week, because we're also going to be receiving the quest speedrunning beta. And these betas are being done on completely different worlds because they have completely different save files. So the quest speedrunning worlds will be 404, 406, 408, 411, and 412. Upon logging into one of these speedrunning worlds, you'll be prompted to select which quest you want to speedrun. And once you've made your choice, the game will automatically adjust your stats to the recommended levels for the quest you've chosen, as well as provide you with the relevant items. And alongside both of these betas being released, they've actually made some changes to the quest journal. The new and improved journal will list quest series, length, difficulty, and release year, and there's also a handy show on the map bud to help you find your way to the start point. And now for Tombs of Amasket changes, because what's an update day recently without some kind of change to the new Raids 3? But to kick things off for this week's Tombs of Amasket changes, we have a fantastic change, and that is that they've implemented presets. Now you can save up to 5 different raid loadouts and switch quickly between them using this little sidebar right here. Only the party leader can edit and choose the presets, and additionally, new players entering the raid for the first time are now introduced to the invocation system. Definitely a very handy feature, so if you like doing different raid levels with different group numbers, I know personally I run completely different Akka invocations whenever I do solos in comparison to when I do them with groups. But that's not all for raid changes, because they've also made a few changes to some of the invocations. First up, we have Silent Prayers has been replaced with Deadly Prayers, a new invocation that drains your prayer by 20% of damage taken. This invocation will still be worth 20 raid level. Upset Stomach has gone from 10 to 15 raid level. Stay Vigilant has gone from 10 to 15 raid level. Feeling Special has gone from 15 to 20. And No Help Needed has changed from 100% loot reduction to 90% loot reduction. The supplies offered cannot be reduced below 1. And in other changes, you will no longer get duplicate drops of Karis Partisan Jewels until you have received all 3 at least once. Definitely a big change that I'm a fan of, considering I have yet to get the blue jewel and I can only get duplicate reds. The Ella Dennis Ward ornament now correctly boosts magic strength by 5% rather than 3%. Quite impressive that that was actually a bug. The Max Cape version of the Ava's Assembler Ornament Kit can now be stored in your house. The kit itself can now be used directly on the Assembler Max Cape instead of getting another Vorkath head. In addition to that, they've also made some artistic tweaks to the Max Cape version of the Ava's Assembler. The Path of Het challenge room now has a pickaxe statue near the exit. They've also fixed an issue causing Akka's Phantom to change styles way too often when using the Stay Vigilant invocation. The Arcane Scarab now plays the correct spawn animation during the Kefri encounter. Interfaces can now be opened if a bomb is flying towards you, as the Obelisk is defeated during the Warden encounter. They've also fixed a second issue in Warden Phase 3 where lightning would sometimes stop unexpectedly. And then finally, when Akka changes attack styles, it will now stop the player from attacking, similar to how the Nihilakis boss does in Theater of Blood. But with that, that's everything important from today's update. If you guys did enjoy it or found the video helpful, consider dropping a like. It massively helps me out. And if you're around here often and you're not already subscribed, hit that subscribe button. We just crushed through 3,000 subscribers. Thank you guys so much for that, and I'll catch you in the next video.